Asante sana mtazamaji kwa kuendelea kutazama kipindi Ashirafu Taifa la Kenya kuhusiana na masuala ya kilimo. Na mimi umeketi tayari sasa kusikiliza kwa wataalamu ambao wapo studioni na sisi wote watamiminika maarifa kweli kweli. Ajili kubwa ni wewe upate nafasi ya kusoma kabisa. Kazi kwako Ngira.
Right, so the conversation we are having today is on all matters kitchen garden and even why you need to set up your kitchen garden in the very first place. And to talk to us about that and more, we do have the pleasure of being joined by Rachel Njoroge, who is a farmer and nutritionist. And also we do have Lucy Chege right here in studio with us, a nutritionist as well. Thank you for making time to be with us on the program. And I'll start with you, Rachel. One of the things that you told me in our side chats is if you do not have a goal for your kitchen garden, you might not go so far with it. Na nataka utupatie hiyo goal yako. You know, having been in Dubai and then something that just happened and it switched your whole life to a point you need the kitchen garden. Talk to us about that goal.
My goal to start the kitchen garden was because my second born was diagnosed with autism. And the book we got, which is called Gut and Psychology Syndrome, insisted that the food had to be organic and pesticide free. And the only way to get that was to farm the food yourself. Because the other option is that food, if it's available in the market, is very expensive. Yeah, so that led us to moving here and starting farming on our shamba at Waidaka.
Right. For how long had you stayed in Dubai before now you had to make the switch, and when did you come and start making your kitchen garden?
I lived in Dubai up to 2006 and moved back and started the garden, and around 2012 is when we started real farming now, so that my daughter could recover, because that is the year that she was diagnosed.
All right.
And having started and farming we farmed everything, and we started juicing, and we started. I started feeding other food from there and following the instructions. We started seeing the changes. We detoxed the child, and the child recovered 1 year after. We had speech, and by the time before we started that journey, we had no speech.
Right.
We had no focus. We had tantrums. We had constipation. But after we started following the rules of what she needs to eat, we farmed it, whatever we could. We juiced everything from the farm.
All right.
Fed everything from the farm. Speech came.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Inafurahisha sana kusikiliza hilo kama testimony kutoka kwako. Lakini nije kwako Lucy, ukisikiliza hadithi kama hiyo na wewe ni nutritionist, unahisi namna gani hasa wakati unapeana mawaidha kwa wazazi ambao labda wanapitia changamoto kama yake?
I would answer that with the notion of, we say that you are what you eat. For example, in the cases of autism, as much as it's a neurological issue or disorder, gut plays a big role in its management. So, for example, amesema the minute they started eating organic, that the speech came, maybe other developmental milestones came along. I agree with that, because we say you are what you eat. And this is how, because all the nutrients that you're eating from the food, they provide the foundation or the structure, the function, and the wholeness of every single cell in our body. Ikuwe ni nywele, your skin, everything. That's why it's recommended. Even before you take care of your skin, angalia chakula yenye unakula.
Right.
You might be clearing what we are saying, but the problem is inside. Like in the cases of autism, the inside. So it's so encouraging that people are finding like remedy medication in nutrition. It's so encouraging.
Nisiende kununua skincare products ya thousands of money, and maybe the problem is what I'm eating.
It is good. What we are applying you are treating a symptom.
Okay.
But you're not going into the root cause of what is happening.
Right.
So internally tuangalie che tunakula, then tutakuwa na skin poa, nywele.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Rachel, I'll come straight to you. Kuna mtu anakusikiza akisema you had to move back here for you to be able to access organic foods. Please just help us understand how costly or almost not possible to get organic foods in the country that you are in. Na hapa kwa shamba yako, what organic foods have you grown? And as you answer that, usaidie mkulima wetu wa leo Amba kwa kitchen garden yake. Umesikia akisema carrots zimekataa. I want carrots, but it's like some crops are not working. So what are you growing in your farm, and what can I not grow in my kitchen garden?
I think the first thing to consider is your environment or area. Like Hash is in Syokimau. Syokimau is warm and hot, and Waithaka is cooler. And so you have to, there is some crops that will do well. Like for her, kunde will do very well there. She should try kunde.
Oh, she actually did.
She did, and it does very well in Ukambani that way. And also for me, if I do carrots, my carrots are excellent because my soil is loam, it's well aerated, and it goes. And the carrot, the root is a taproot. It goes deeper. Vis-a-vis Syokimau, she's dealing with cotton soil. It's hard and it cracks, and the carrot, the root, the taproot will not go, so it just stagnates. So my advice to her, she can sort that problem by doing a raised bed. To do a raised bed, to do that garden where she can do like a carton, or to do sack farming, or to do old tins. If she does that and composts her, and is to export soil, not to use her soil, she can come for red soil from Waithaka and then take it there. You actually export. Yes, sometimes you even have to dig the bed. You dig your cotton soil out, throw it, and bring a pickup or two of red soil mixed with manure and compost, and becomes softer, and now she's able to get her crop correct.
Right.
Because you have to consider. So what is doing well is actually the crops that have fibrous roots. Like they don't need to go deep. But the ones that go deep, because it's cotton soil, they will not like carrot. So she can change that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Bi Njoroge, kabla tuachilia hadithi yako hata kuhusiana na mtoto wako, namna umesema safari yenyewe unaanza mara moja, ama kuna namna unafuatilia kwa zile organic food ambayo unaitumia? Mtu amekusikiliza pia anapitia changamoto kama yako, achukue moja kwa moja anampatie mtoto hivyo, ama kama kuna utaratibu ambao ulifuata wewe?
Utaratibu uko kwa hiyo kitabu. Naendelea kukuonyesha kenye mtoto anafaa kula, na venye unafaa kujuice, na saa ngapi, na kiasi. Yes, so kuna yule utaratibu. And also if you get a diagnosis from the doctor, also different children also respond or react differently from the foods that you eat. So you cannot copy paste my experience and think that your autistic child will also recover in that 1 year that mine did. Because also the damage or the neurodamage that could have happened to the child's gut may be different from your child.
Right.
And also your child may have a different, or other than just being autistic, could also have another syndrome on top, or another medical condition that is delaying this milestone, you know? So we cannot copy and paste, but there is that utaratibu. You juice, and kuna utaratibu kwa hiyo kitabu.
Right.
You follow the instructions.
Lucy, our nutritionist on the set, I want you to talk to us about, umesikia organic foods can be quite expensive, and for someone who needs them every single day, that can be quite a lot of money to spend all the time. So now, how do we mitigate this? Kwa sababu kuna ile mkulima tambua, yes, you can use your pesticides, you can use your, chemical sprays, but there's a withdrawal period ambao unafaa kufuata. Right? So don't spray when you're harvesting and taking to the consumer tomorrow. So there's either 3 days or a week, it depends. If we follow that and we keep consuming that food, are we safe, or we really need to start doing away with the chemical, sprays that we're using in our farms? Is there a line in between, or how do we go about it?
Personally, I'll recommend, if you can go the organic way, better for you. Because you find like most of the pesticide that we are using, some of them even you don't know how their safety. You don't know whether they are safety or they are safe for your food. So if you're going the kitchen garden way, I would recommend you go for the organic manure. There are other, you don't have to spray the pesticide. Kuna hiyo wanasema unachanganya sijui pilipili na nini, yes. You spray if it's your vegetables. So it's not necessarily you go for the pesticide, because we find some of these foods, even when you harvest them, even after some period of time, some of these pesticides, they linger in the foods. So it's not 100% safe. Yes, you can spray, take some time before you consume the product. But if it's not a large-scale farming, please do the organic way.
All right.
Yes.
So you're advocating for organic 100%?
Yes, I do.
Great. So with that, it's time for us to take our second break. When we come back, we want to learn more about kuposition, kitchen garden yako. You're moving into a new space. Uko na shamba yako hapo. How do you position your kitchen garden? That and more will be coming to you after this break.